Hey, Mike here with Reprint. And today we've switched things up a bit. I'm going to go live in my little studio, repair studio. Got some parts in. So I wanted to share with you guys all my tips and tricks when it comes to parts I use. And I'm going to share with you the latest Roland DX4 printhead. You know, once upon a time, many, different Facebook groups, people were stating that the DX4 would be discontinued soon. And they actually made a better printhead. And since the LEF units use this machine, Roland has an agreement with Epson to manufacture the printhead for 10 years after discontinuation date. So there's lots of time left with these DX4 printheads. And I just wanted to share with you the ones that I use. They're not much more expensive. Here I have two that I ordered. Hold on one second. I have this one. Put the head rank on there. Put them on the boxes, make them easier to show you. Actually, I can just grab some new ones. We have this one, and we have this one. That'll be quicker. Here we have the printhead. Let's see if I can get this to focus. We have the assembly head LEF2. You can see that on there. You can see the head rank is a little bit different on this one than it is on your traditional XC540 head. I'll let you compare the difference. You can see that the head rank here has a bunch of dots, and this one has actual numbers and letters again. These do input in SP machines. Any pretty much DX4, they do accept this head rank, so you can use these heads. Here is the difference in person. Here is your normal DX4 printhead, and the problem with this printhead is that it has like a coating that is like a frying pan surface, and it will crack and it will peel, especially when wiping. If you have some ink residue buildup, what's going to happen is the wiping is going to cause that to take off some of the coating, and you're going to have deflection. So if you want to really get more bang for your buck, you can upgrade to these printheads. They're about $50 difference, and as you will notice, they have the same gold coating, shiny metallic reflective coating that the DX7. Let's pull one of those out. Should have been prepared. Sorry, I wasn't planning on making a video today, but decided to go ahead and do so. But you can see the gold surface on the DX7. So same coating on this printhead, and it does work very well in the SP model. But what I was told by a Roland dealer, they said not to use it. I've been using them. I've had no problem. I've been using them for over a year now, and I like them a lot better. But what he did state was if you're replacing, if you do go this route and you decide to do the gold plated, make sure you replace all or both your printheads, depending on the model, with the gold. Do not mix and match. So if you're upgrading, you're deciding to replace both printheads or all four, go ahead and order these. If not, then order these. These are about $440. These are about $490. So not much of a price difference, but you're gonna have lots of long-term use with this one. All right, next we're gonna talk about OEM versus aftermarket parts. I use lots of aftermarket parts, but there's some things that I just will not use, and that would be your dampers and cap tops. And I'm no different than anyone else. I like to save a buck, and if I could get away with using one of them, the cheap cap tops, I wouldn't order so many of these OEM. The OEM, you can tell they're in these little baggies, and they have the black tubing. This is the right way. If you have a cap top that has the clear tubing, those are the devil. They suck. So many times, so much time of my time that I've wasted chasing other problems from using them parts. I actually had a dealer in Schiller's, or there's a dealer in St. Louis named Schiller's, and we've grown a relationship. And the first time I talked to him, he said, "Hey man, I've had to go down there and repair several of your machines. You created business for me." And this was early on. He said, "Quit using them cap tops, man. That's the only problem I've seen with your machines, them cap tops." And it took a long time to figure out that they was just the devil. They work sometimes they don't. By the time you move them from one location to another, they've worn down. They may look the same, but they are definitely not the same. So stay away from that. And there's so many printers that I have purchased that someone was just so close. I mean, they about had their machine fixed if they would have used the right parts. So they gave up. They got frustrated. They get in these Facebook groups, and someone says, "Replace your cap top," and the first thing they say is, I already have. And they did replace it, but they replaced it with the wrong parts. So don't be like these people, because I promise you, I've bought hundreds of machines, and I could tell you that 50 or 60, all it was, if they would have just used the right part, their machine would have been working, and I would have never ended up with it. So if you want to be this person to sell me your machine because you want to skimp on parts, go ahead. Next thing I will not use aftermarket is your dampers, and I did bring a aftermarket damper right here. What is a damper? A damper is actually your ink filter. It's what filters before it goes to the head. It's what makes sure that you don't get any imperfections in your print head. And oftentimes these aftermarket units, the filter's just not made correctly. It either, too dense, the microns that it'll accept is too dense and it actually clogs up really quickly, or they break, many different reasons I've seen these fail. And the baggie, this baggie right here is what keeps the ink inside. And oftentimes I see these leak all over the print head, ruin your print head and cause big problems. The way you can tell the difference, one is the price. Number two is you can see that has gray O-rings inside there, gray. And this one has black. If they have black, you got a good damper. If you have the gray, then you might have some problems. So that is a part I will never use aftermarket. Another thing is the wipers. I always can tell the OEM Roland tags on their wipers. The material that other wipers is made out of, sometimes it can scratch the head. Sometimes it's just too long and makes a grinding noise. Stay away from the wipers. Only use OEM. But as far as aftermarket, this is my latest shipment. I got head cables. Aftermarket, I've got surge mist filters, aftermarket. I have encoder sensors, aftermarket. I also have spring sensors, encoder sensor, aftermarket. Our ink pumps, I no longer order ink pumps. I rebuild them. I get a $4 tubing right here and just replace the tubing. This is what clogs. No need to replace the entire pump unless you have a defect and something's actually broke. You can actually take this new tubing, place it right inside your ink pump. Make sure you lubricate it. Very important to have lube. Let's see. There we go. We have the new tube installed. It takes seconds, and you can save from having to spend $50. Pretty much it. That looks like I have all my parts, everything. The DX4 cap tops, you can tell by this clear tubing. This is OEM. Only cap tops I use. They may look identical, but this is one of my biggest pet peeves, aftermarket cap tops. So hopefully that helps you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Once again, I appreciate each and every one of you. If you haven't done so, do me a favor, like and subscribe. I know I'm supposed to do this at the beginning of the video, but I always tend to forget until the last minute. So please make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.